What's up, everybody? A Sparrow with a Gun here from Sleepless Night Studios, and we are back on the Space Engineers Inspiration series. It's been a while. So I'm trying to go a little bit bigger with this episode, because I know it's been a while since we've actually had an episode on this series. So I kind of wanted to make that up to everybody by not doing like, oh, here's 3 little fighters that don't really have a whole lot to do. That being said, because the builds are much bigger, I don't know if I'll be able to thoroughly examine all of them. 2 of them are actually not even ships. They're like map build outpost thingy-mabobbers, and I'm not even confident in my frame rate on those. So, that being said, I do intend to show off what I can, but I may have to cut it short for time purposes. So, this is the Vipera? I don't know how you're supposed to say it. Exploration cruiser or vessel. I don't know. Pay attention to the little top corner thingy. Not to me, because it knows more than I do. So this is designed... Hey, we found the door. No door timer. Yay. I love how I made a door timer gimmick. Or, gag. Whatever you want to call it. And shortly after doing that, now everybody makes doors really convenient for me. Probably not for me, but they make doors really convenient. So this is a vanilla build, actually. It is survival ready, or it's supposed to be, as well as its small little shuttle type. Well, I guess that's not really small, is it? That's actually a pretty big ship as well. And I apologize for that stutter that you're seeing going on. That's actually not frame rate, because my frame rate is holding pretty solid at 30, so I guess that's sim speed, maybe. I'm not sure what that is. Anyways, this is designed as an exploration ship. It's got some defensive weapons. You can see a few Gatling guns and a few missiles and stuff, but it was not designed for combat, so the builder recommended you not purposely drive it into combat. But it does have a lot of jump drives, so it's pretty escapable, if that's a word. It's not designed to be super duper maneuverable, but apparently the thrust is equal in most directions, so at least it's maneuverable, but may not be particularly quick. Having said that, it's also supposed to be planet ready, I believe. I'm trying to go off of what I remember reading in the description. I don't remember if it was like the shuttle thing down here was primary for planets, or if the whole ship can go. I think the whole ship can go. And that's just a smaller, like, scout or something vessel. But anyways, I really did like the exterior look, though. The exterior look, for being a vanilla build, was really, really detailed, with a lot of different architectures and structures and things that give it a lot of character, which I thought was really neat, especially, again, considering that there's no extra modded blocks that give you more shapes and designs and things that you can do. So that's really, really cool. I'm always impressed when you get a vanilla build that kind of rivals the exterior look. Oh, that's the new door system. I have not played this in a little bit. Wow, that's way more convenient. Well, that and the, it seems there's probably sensors going on too. Yeah, I seem to be running a little weird, so it's gotta be sim speed. So anyways, I don't know entirely. This looks more like some kind of mainframe room than the bridge. I don't know entirely how this is laid out exactly. Well, we could read, maybe. Medical bay, crew quarters, briefing room. Actually, that's a very nice and clean setup. The font and everything, like size and stuff. Really, really good job on that. Some of them usually come off kind of weird. Medical bay and crew quarters goes downstairs. Crew quarter and briefing room. Let's check out the medical bay first. We'll work our way down. Seems we have an air leak or something. I don't think those are supposed to do that all the time. I thought that's just to fill up the room. One of the other things to point out... Wow. Brain fart. What was I going to point out? I literally had something I was going to bring up, a point I was going to make, and now I completely forgot what it was. So this is the medical bay. Let's just move on. That never happened. Oh, that's what it was. I was going to say, I remembered. I often forget, but I usually remember. So the thing I was saying was exteriors. I'm always impressed when people can almost match the level of detail. Briefing room. Our mission, our goal. That's kind of cool. The level of detail that you get when you use different modded blocks and things like that. I'm always impressed by that. However, I will say the odds or the cards are kind of stacked against builders when they try and do interiors with vanilla blocks. You can still do it, though. I mean, well, other people can still do it. I end up with, like, a Minecraft interior. Basically, like, my ships have a hard... without modded blocks. With modded blocks, you can do a lot, but with just the basic building blocks, I have a hard time getting them to look interesting and cool. Hangar side view, hangar. I'm not going to mess around too much with flying or using the little shuttle. I'm just kind of showing this off and then leaving it up to you guys to go through and look at what you want specifically. Front bridge. Okay, so that was a front bridge. Alright. Touche. Thank you for signs. Like I said, this episode I'm a little pressed for time with all of the refinery and assemblers. With all the builds that I picked for this week being fairly large and complex, it means I have a lot to go over as far as opposed to some ships that they're like, they have a couple of rooms, but they're super detailed and you can spend your time checking out every little nitty-gritty detail. Bleh, can't talk today. But when you get 3 really, really big builds or something, it's like you're practically sprinting through the whole thing to show off as much as you can, and don't really have as much time to focus on all of the cool little stuff. So this episode is going to be a bit more of a bringing things to your attention and seeing if it's something that you think would be cool. But then if you really want a thorough look through, probably would want to go ahead and download them from the description yourself and give them a look-see. I always recommend that anyway. That's why I put links and stuff in the description, is for anybody that... I mean, there's just no way I'm going to see every little thing. That there's always probably somebody out there that wants to see something different or get a better look, or wants to try and copy it, so they need more specific details than I give, you know, stuff like that. So I always like to include that and just giving credit where credit's due. Main jump drive rooms. So these are the jump drive rooms. Secondary hidden small reactors. Ooh, that's cool. Which is weird, though. Hold up. Didn't we just leave the jump drive room? I'm confused on this layout here. Let me go back and examine this. This perplexes me. So we have jump drives, and the sign said it was secondary. This says main, which is here, but I thought I saw... Oh, that's just another secondary. Okay. I saw secondary here, and I thought this must be primary, but we saw jump drives, so that was confusing. But yeah, that makes sense. What? That was weird. I clicked activate on that door. Oh no, that's just weird. Main engine and cargo room. One other important note about this ship, since the builder seemed to be kind of specific about it being survival ready and stuff like that, I assume there was effort taken to make sure that was accurate. It also said that there's a lot of walkways and stuff that are tweaked for gravity, so that you don't need your jetpack, and you shouldn't need your jetpack anywhere in the ship, is what was stated in the description. Now, I'm using it off and on here and there, just because it's faster than running, but according to the description... Ooh! I just noticed something. Wait, why did... Hold up. What happened? Huh. I'm not crazy. Those signs said something a minute ago. I was thinking they had it rigged up for sensors to where they would activate or deactivate. So here's all our gyroscopes. More gyroscopes. And thrusters. You can see the thrusters on the side. Hey, look at that. More gyroscopes. I'm guessing this wraps around to gyroscopes. Actually, those are the same, but I just thought that'd be funny. Alright, so like I said, this should give you a pretty good look at the interior. Reactor control room. Let's check this out real quick. Oh, we've been here. Okay. Yeah, we've got the large reactors and the jump drives and all that good stuff. So yeah, I think that's going to wrap this one up. Again, if you'd like to see more detail... Oh, this is what was being referred to. So the gravity's been tweaked in certain areas so that you don't actually need a jetpack, which would greatly help, to my understanding, in survival, because I've been told, I haven't actually tried it yet, but I've been told in survival on planets and stuff you can burn through a lot of energy from your jetpack by trying to use it in the atmosphere and stuff. So it's highly recommended that if you're building it with the intent to use it on a planet, that it be like non-jetpack friendly, basically. So anyways, I think that's going to wrap this one up, and we're going to move on to the next one. Alrighty, so here we have the Dantus Desert Outpost. I think I'm saying that right. I'm not sure. So I actually really thought this was cool. It looked really neat as far as it has a definite theme going of like a desert outpost. It looks all sandy and, you know, we're used to kind of seeing a lot of like these solar farms, oxygen farms. Dang it, I can't ever remember. Anyways, we always see stuff like this with it being like blacks or gray, white, you know, sharp, high-tech colors, and seeing it with this color match the sand really gives it a look like it's covered in sand, which is awesome. I love it. And I love the middle of nowhere kind of feeling. I think that's pretty cool. So, yeah, I think that's pretty neat. Then we've also got a lot of nice little touches, like these pipes going into containers and ladders. Just cool stuff. It really feels like some kind of either backwoods or abandoned desert outpost, which the description reads as backwoods nowhere kind of outpost, which is awesome. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. What is this? Oh, this is glass underneath me, or above me, man. So there's some kind of buried, I think that's is that oxygen or hydrogen tank? I don't remember. It's one of those big tanks. And I'm not an expert. This could be just an original build, but it almost looks like that one build that went up on the workshop a while back when Star Wars was a big thing at the moment. It had just come out in theaters and stuff, of Rey's speeder, but that could just be a coincidence. It may just be nothing. I don't know. So yeah, we've got inside here, we've got some computer stuff, all of our readout panels, cool. Programmable blocks, timer blocks, I'm sure running stuff, booting up. I didn't do it, wasn't me. All of our pipes and bits and bobs for our machinery, which is cool. Ooh, this is neat. Got a nice hangar door on the side, complete with CCTV security cameras. Ooh, that's neat. They put turrets. These cannon things are on... Oops, wrong button. I meant to hit T, not... Oh, wait, what was it doing? Did they change the controls again? Whatever. That's what I was trying to do. What's the activate button? So that's pretty cool. Oh, I like that. That is really neat. And that is really weird. I'm hitting the activate button and it keeps taking me into the menu. That's funky. Anyways, moving on. Got another little truck, jeep, buggy thingy-mabobber here, which is really cool. Now, one thing that would be neat is if these cameras actually worked. They might, actually, because they're camera blocks in the game, so they may just be... I don't know. If they do work, that'd be awesome. Alright, so then we've got... a ladder here. Oh, I can't remember. There we go. Okay, we got an upstairs with a view of the airlock, which is not really an airlock, but you know, whatever. Air vent. So this is kind of like, oh, bunks. Okay, so this is like crew quarters. Yeah, crew quarters. And this is the base commander's place, I guess? Maybe? Sure, that works. We'll go with that. There does seem to be another tunnel over there. What am I stuck on? I'm stuck on something. I wasn't sure if there was a connecting tunnel or something over here. I really like that. This is a really cool setup. This little stairs up, ramp. Park the thing. I don't really know why there's a bunch of air vents there, but whatever. Whatever floats your boat. Okay, let's check out this, see what this has going on. Oh, this is the guest bathroom, in case, you know, no one's allowed in the base for classified reasons. They just stick you out there. Alright, and then this is all the oxygen tanks connected to the solar farms. Makes sense. That one is not on a piston, though, so I guess it's only some of them can extend, which is still pretty cool. That's a neat idea. I really like that idea. That's a piston. That's a buried piston. That's one thing. I haven't done a whole lot of base building in terrain. It's usually been like a space station or a ship or whatever. So I'm kind of curious. I don't know how you bury stuff like this unless you build it and then just build land around it with like creative tools or something to that nature. One thing I want to do, though, that I'm curious about before we give it one last look-see, is I'd like to check the cameras and see if they're actually cameras. Type prism camera. It does have a view button, but it's grayed out. Okay, in the interest of science, I'm going to change this and hope I don't break anything to see if there's a way for me to see stuff. Because they're on. Like, the blocks are on. But it's not doing a view thingy. Maybe you have to be in a seat of some sort. Let's just place one down. We're flying the planet. Alright, so... let's see... oh, wait, no, I don't want this. I want... this screen. Here we go. Camera... I think courtyard was the one I changed. And it probably doesn't make a difference at all. I just want to see if that works or not. Okay, so they do actually work. You just have to be in a console. I was in a button. That's why that wouldn't work. Sweet! So that's pretty cool. You actually have cameras. Whoa. They must have a tooltip mod on here, because I've never seen that info before. Alrighty. So yeah, this is really cool. I just thought it was a really neat... I'm assuming it's survival ready. I believe they said it was, but I can't be sure because I don't remember. But yeah, that's a cool little base. I like it. And more importantly, though, I really like the theme element of it. Like, it really works for feeling like an abandoned or really out in the boonies desert base. I just think that's really cool. So anyways, we're going to wrap this one up and move on to the last one. Okay, so last we have the City of Rapture. Now, you probably have already noticed my frame rate is horrible. So I probably won't be doing a full walkthrough of this one, but you have the, for those of you that have played BioShock, which is what this game is basically trying to, or this, it's the game this map is currently trying to recreate. This is the infamous plane crash that where you end up, and this is supposed to be the water. Which, I gotta be honest, in Space Engineers, I've never done planetary stuff before, so I don't know if you mine this, if it actually ends up being ice or not, because I don't think there's any water in the game yet. I'm not sure. There are some textures and things, I think, that came, it's in the description, there's a link in the description of the mod, not of this video, or of the map, rather, where there's, like, this kind of stuff, I guess? I'm not really sure exactly what came with that pack, I just installed it, but there's basically a custom pack for different art stuff and things. This is actually really, really cool. I mean, obviously it's not like okay, it's kind of exactly how this worked in the game. Let's see if we got the C-pod thing. Oh. Wow, my sim speed and my frame rate is awful. So bad. So, be fair warned. If you decide that you want to load this in, have a really, really powerful machine. Because otherwise you might be kind of screwed. Okay, so let's get in here. Do we have to do anything? Oh, I guess we do it ourselves. Woo! Okay, so you hold... Wait. I think I hit something. Don't hit things. I'm off course. I'm off course, Captain. Don't do it. Oh, there we go. Still off course. So the elevator thing, I'm either screwing up or it's not quite perfect. I'm not quite sure which is the I'm definitely tipping forward. That's not supposed to happen. Okay. And there we go. That's more Rapture. That's more what I'm thinking. Where's the end to this ride, by the way? Ouch! Wasn't me. Okay, it was totally me. Totally my fault. My bad. This is not how it worked in BioShock. Actually, there is no real... I'm just realizing this. There is no real stopping point here. You kind of just stop. Oh, isn't that because in the game it, like, took you... Okay, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. Ow. Bail out. Abandon ship. I think I either screwed up and went off course, or I was supposed to go somewhere else. I'm not really sure. But I realize the frame rate is awful, so bear with me just for a minute. Because I don't really think I'm going to do too much on this. But I'd at least like to give you guys an idea of the level of detail that went into this, which is redonkulous. I mean, it's crazy. It's pretty cray-cray. That's another one of the tunnels out there. And I apologize for my flying. When the sim speed and frame rate get this low, I tend to hold buttons and things because you're trying to compensate, and then it just keeps going too far, like right now. Are my dampener... Oh, dampeners are off. Duh. That could be part of the problem too. That would probably fix some things. So yeah, I'm not doing a very good job of showing it, but it's a hard map to showcase just because of the performance hit that it's gonna take, unless you just have a real beast of a machine. Mine can do a lot, and it can take a lot, but something on this scale, yeah, it eats it. There's just no way for me to really have a good run of this one. So this is definitely more of a, hey, this is really awesome. The person that built this took so much time to do, so you should definitely give it a look-see. But if you can't give it a look-see because yours is worse than mine, then here's a brief little look. But if you can handle it, I totally recommend you go through thoroughly and like check it out, because it looks amazing. definitely has the Rapture feel. It would be even cooler if Space Engineers had active water involved, and then you could actually have all this underwater. That would be so cool. But even as much as to include the game assets of like Fontaine and some of the other logos and things was a really nice touch. I like that part. And there's some buildings, I don't know if all of them have full interiors or not, but I think there was a couple screenshots that showed some full interiors and stuff, so there's definitely more to see. If I can manage to see it. I don't think I can, though. So I think I'm going to call it here, because everything's just moving at a crawl. And I'll leave it up to you guys to investigate further if you'd like. So we're going to wrap this episode up. One last thing that I do want to make a note of. This last part was recorded a pretty good chunk of time after the first two. I wasn't actually sure if I was going to get this done today or not, because I've been trying to tough it out and be a trooper about everything. But in all reality, in my personal life, I've been dealing with some medical issues since we moved. I've had some bronchial and asthmatic related problems at the moment. I've had asthma all my life, but it was well treated and never really gave me too much of a problem. But during the move, it was coincidence. It wasn't because of the move, but during that time period, I had tried to mess with my meds I was on a little bit. My doctors and I were trying to see if I needed some stuff. Apparently, I still do. So I haven't been feeling all that great. I've been pretty under the weather. And if I do too much, even just talking a lot from doing recordings and stuff can mess me up sometimes. So I hadn't really wanted to mention anything because I just got back to doing YouTube stuff after the move, and everybody was so excited to be like, yay, more videos. But the fact of the matter is, if I don't improve significantly relatively soon, just for my own best interest of like trying to repair the damage kind of thing, I may have to take a break and just let everything heal up kind of thing and stuff like that. Kind of recover from going off of medications and things like that and kind of get back to where I was before. So I'm not writing it off yet, as I'm still doing videos, but it hasn't been easy, but I've been doing it. I mean, it can always be worse, so I'm not complaining, but I'm just letting you guys know that it's not outside the realm of possibility that in the next week or so I may have to take another sabbatical until I'm back fully 100% back to full health again. But if I can manage it, I'm going to try to. So don't get all depressed on me yet. And thank you guys, all of my subscribers that are watching this, because you guys are awesome for sticking with me in all of my breaks that I take. Hopefully there shouldn't be too many of them here in the near future. So I'm hopeful in everything. I'm not doing bad or anything, but it just takes a lot out of me to do a lot of talking and stuff. So I'm hoping it'll be okay, but if I'm just giving you guys a heads up that in like the next week or so, if I end up being like, no, I really need to just stop until I'm back to 100%, you may be seeing a announcement video or something, just so that everybody gets notified that I'm taking another break. If not, don't worry about it, because that means I'm doing good enough that I can still do videos. So anyways, I'm going to end this episode on that note. In the meantime, I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, and I will see you all next time. Peace.